Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Smoothed Out Radio Show. Let's get it. All right, let's go.
The home of the best hip-hop and R&B in the Tri-Cities.
What's going on, everybody, and thanks for tuning in to the Smoothed Out Radio Show on Smoothed Out Radio via Radio King. Happy MLK Day, everybody. As always, I am your host, Taylor Joel, and to my right is my gracious and talented co-host, Michael Haze. Welcome to the show. Yes. As always, far too kind. So we got another great show for you. We are in episode 2 of season 2 of the Smoothed Out Radio. We got 2 Cookup drops tonight. Okay?
2 of them.
We got one by Boogie and one by the Krowne.
The Krowne.
The Krowne, yeah.
Krowne.
The boys doing a lot out here. Y'all better pay attention. So,
Yeah.
we got those 2 Cookup drops. We got Drake's lawsuit is back in full effect.
This boy don't quit.
Listen, I don't even know. We'll get to it later.
We'll get to it. Gosh.
TikTok, is it coming? Is it going?
That's a good question.
I have no idea. Nobody knows. It's back for now, we think.
Yep.
Until next time.
Mm-hmm.
So, we might even open the phones lines on that for that tonight. You never know. We never know. We made a post. But, so sit tight, get your snacks and incense ready because we are getting all the way up there. But first, Smoothed Out Radio is the destination for the top hip-hop and R&B in the Tri-Cities. Home of the Cookup, we are the sound of the Tri. All right. Again, thank you so much for tuning into the Smoothed Out Radio Show. I'm your host, Taylor Joe. To my right, of course, Michael Haze. We have had so much fun here lately, but let's just get right into this, right? So let's stay local for now because, there's some stuff going on nationally, but we got to, the Smoothed Out Radio Show it's for here. So let's stay home. So, we've had a couple new things even since last week when we were on the show that have happened. The Krowne did drop his album.
That did happen.
That's y'all make sure y'all go bump that right now. I blinked that.
Absolutely.
I think they're out in Florida right now.
Yeah, I've been watching a little bit of them in the Snapchat. They're out in Florida. They've been doing some collaborations and stuff. They're working real hard, having fun too. And that's honestly the best part of it is that they can go out there and do their thing and just have fun.
Yeah, man.
But they're still working.
Putting the work in, man.
Yeah.
Putting the work in. I think Ace Boogie he's putting out he's on the Cookup drop, but he just announced that I had no idea that was coming. So, and I think it's out now.
He's got a new project coming.
Yeah, I think it's called Perseverance. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Perseverance. He dropped, and we got a Cookup drop for him tonight off of that album. So that's something new that even from last week we didn't even know. So that's what's up. And then Muscati.
Exactly.
Muscati's working on the project.
I've seen that as well. He talked to me about it personally. He didn't tell me too much about the details of the project, but he definitely did say that it's one that is definitely more for new audience and stuff.
Okay.
And he's not going to be cursing and stuff. He said it's challenging for him, so it's definitely going to be one to be looking
I've
out
seen
for.
some posts. I believe it was Joakim Shiva that made a post about cursing and stuff.
The challenge
in your songs and is it popular? Are we doing it just for clout? Or
is it just a normal thing?
Is it too easy? Or what I'm saying? Yeah, So that'll be good.
Let's talk about some local stuff though.
Okay.
So on January 24th, Coffee Black with a Splash of Cream is out in Bristol, Virginia.
Okay.
So that's actually going to be it's actually going to be hosted by Preston Johnson.
Okay.
And the headliner is Jordan Bishop. It's hosted by the Mighty Mouse.
Okay.
So it definitely sounds like a really fun time.
I think Preston is throwing the party. Yeah, Preston's the one to put it all together.
Yeah, so if you need to do that, hit him up. He's definitely one to get in touch with. And again, that's Preston Johnson.
Yeah.
It definitely sounds like it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, nice little comedy show. There's another comedy show, again, January 31st.
Okay.
We had mentioned some of these last week, but I think we did. We got a little bit more info about them now, but I think there's another one. It's in Johnson City on the January 31st at the Holiday Inn in Johnson City. It's called Knockout Comedy. So it's being thrown by Strike Fest and Big Boys Barbecue. Shout out Big Boys Barbecue.
For real.
So
hey, if you've never had it, You
delicious.
got it.
I believe the headliner is D.S. Sanders. I don't know who that
Okay.
is, but I think he's been like on Netflix. So I mean,
Oh well, that's
you gotta be on.
that's awesome. You
that's
got to be
a-
good if you're on Netflix.
It's
for
not
sure.
Tubi. He's not Tubi. So Netflix is where
You
it
want
is.
something?
So there's another. I think February 1st.
Okay.
There is a Fades and Flows, right? So that's by with Craig Charles.
Oh,
and so they're
yes.
with it's on 809 North Roan Street, Crown Cuts Academy.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe there's going to be some performances by Kareem Liddell,
Okay.
Ishmael Nehemiah.
Oh, no.
I believe Tariq Shamir is actually making his return to the stage.
He's going to
So,
go back on.
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe. So,
So we
yeah.
got a pretty pressure lineup there for that. That sounds
yeah,
good.
I mean, it's all for a good cause. They
It
got
is.
some good stuff going on there.
Yeah.
I know Craig. I've hosted a couple of his events. He throws the Reggae and Wine event in Johnson City every year at the Johnson City Roof-Stillery. He helps out in Virginia. That was another place I help host. We do Juneteenth out there in Virginia as well. So he's involved in a lot.
Craig be doing some stuff, and it's something that's very admirable. But let's definitely not forget about one of the events that we are like definitely super excited for is the Kim Finito fight.
Kim Finito's fight. Oh yeah,
It's gonna be absolutely amazing.
Those are the same night, right?
This is it's gonna be on February 1st.
Okay.
We've got a 4-fight main events with 6 rounds. So it's definitely gonna be something.
Okay. So Kim, I think we're gonna be there.
We are gonna be.
We're gonna be there. We're gonna be there.
We got a whole table.
Come
so,
see us.
Yeah,
Come see us. We're gonna be there.
Come have some fun.
Show some support, man. We got a
Exactly.
lot of cool things going on, man. We can bring we can bring in even more if we show some support. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all come see the fight. It's a fight. It's a boxing match.
Who doesn't like that?
How often do y'all get to do anything like that?
Yeah,
you
for
know
real.
what I'm saying?
How
hey,
many
I can't
times
wait.
can you say that you've been to a fight where it's actually like as good as this one's gonna be? I
think we've got. I think one of them is a jujitsu, or not a jujitsu, but one's a Muay Thai fight.
Okay.
And then the rest of them are just straight boxing matches. So it's gonna be
a good night.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little extra.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even if you're not really into it, I think it's something that everybody can just enjoy.
For sure.
And definitely have a good time with.
I'm excited about it. You know, outside of that, you know what I was thinking. You know, there's some new movies coming out.
Ooh.
The new Captain America's coming out.
Yeah, you just told me about that a little bit ago.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It doesn't look exciting.
Okay.
Like they're bringing in Red Hulk. Anthony Mackie's just not Captain America to me.
Okay.
I watched the show and I still didn't even. They never made me believe he was Captain America.
Yeah, and honestly, with that, like I feel like that's a lot of people have talked about how they changed that.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's never going to be the same. But at the end of the day, like the way it went.
I like it. I like him as Falcon.
Is, right?
He's dope Falcon.
He's a really great Falcon.
And he's a great actor. He's in a lot of things. I
don't know. We can see when it happens, though. I mean, I don't want to be
Eminem still smashed him in 8 Mile, but I mean...
he did.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
We'll see what
I think it's going to be one of those ones where you see it and maybe it's just not as good, but we don't know yet. I mean, you know, there's a possibility that anything could change. So, yeah, definitely. We'll definitely see it.
Yeah, we'll see it. Well, all right, that's enough for now. Let's take us a little break. We're gonna jam out to some local music as we usually do. When we get back, we're gonna talk a little TikTok, see what's going on. We got Anthony Purcell is in the building with us tonight, just in case you was wondering. But first, we got a little word from Investing Bay.
Tired of chasing a bag that's too small? Try Investing Bay. Stocks, real estate, crypto, we teach you how to make money. Find us at investingbay.com or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Smoothed Out Radio Show on Smoothed Out Radio. I am your host, Taylor Joe, and tonight we got a special guest with us. We got Anthony Purcell in the building. What's going on?
What's going on? How y'all doing tonight?
Glad to have you back again. Glad to have you back, man. We've been just kicking it. We've been doing some things here behind the scenes as we always do. You know, we've been over here hanging out, watching some games. Of course, we talk a lot of basketball and all that, but just before we get into all that, what's because last time you were here, we were talking how many games? It was so many games.
26 games in 30 days.
Yeah,
I took a little break, with the holidays, but I've still been getting it a little bit.
Yeah. So what's been going on? What have you had going on here lately?
All right, so this past weekend I was at Freedom Hall for a basketball tournament. It was called the Tri-Cities Winter Classic. There was 8 teams. Half of them was local teams from Johnson County, West Ridge, Tri-Cities Christian, Volunteer, and then you got teams like Oak Hill Red, Oak Hill International, Queen City Prep from Charlotte. Shout out to them. Wesley Christian. I mean, these are some of the top ranked teams in their state. So, this was a big tournament. You can see, local talent play, different programs that's been there for a while and, operate differently. And, 4-2-3, we did our thing.
Yeah.
We got some big dubs.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But there were some high-level games.
That's what's up.
Sure.
That's what's up. So I feel like you working with some new equipment because you've been doing your thing now. I feel like you kind of
So now I'm taking a couple of little photos, trying to get into photography and things like that. I got some little still shots, some little action shots of the players and coaches and now when you see the mixtapes and the videos, you also already kind of see pictures of these people and what they're tagged in and what they're doing. So this weekend was awesome. I got to really experience a big tournament and just they treated me well. Got the hospitality room, and I can't wait for everybody to see the food, drinks from Church Christian.
Y'all see what's going on. Like, to get this man, you might have to start stepping up your game. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. He does good work, though, man. Y'all need to go check it out. All them videos are pristine. You know
That's
what I'm
they
saying?
all do, man. Them big tournaments, man, they have to because, these players come in from, California, all different kinds of places, and, they don't come there to eat at McDonald's. And
for
Pals,
sure.
Although I'm sure they like Pals or something like that.
Listen, everybody.
Might try it out.
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Pals is not my... Pals is not my...
rocking with it. The French fries is fire, man. If you need a little something to go,
I seen a post the other day. I think it was Andrew Blevins. He said
it's not the same.
They're not the same. The cheddar round's not the same. And man, the parking lot situation, fix that. Why y'all got to put everybody in danger with every drive-through that y'all got?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like all of them the parking lots are small as I don't know.
And they go out into the street.
It's like a big circle
for no reason. It's ridiculous.
It's cool. Somebody thinks it's a good idea, but to the consumer, it ain't.
So listen, I've been having an issue, man. Ever since what was his name, Ja Morant, and had his little situation with Victor Wembanyama. I'm not gonna call it what everybody else is calling it because to me that's not what it is. Okay, it's not a dunk.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you talking about the highlight play?
The highlight play. That's what we're gonna call it. It's a highlight play. It's not a highlight dunk. It's not a highlight dunk. It's a highlight play.
I'm gonna say it like this. First off, the dunk.
Is it a dunk?
The attempt didn't count anyways. First, but second. I met Ja this summer in Knoxville. Yeah, I met Ja this summer in Knoxville at a Big Shots tournament. And he's about an inch or so taller than me. So man, this guy jumping over a 7-footer, not only a 7-footer, the tallest guy in the NBA, if not going to be one of the greatest. Shout out to Wemby.
Shout out to Wemby because he's crazy.
Yeah,
he's for real an alien.
That was like a Blake Griffin attempt.
It was a Blake Griffin.
Blake tried everybody, but don't get me wrong. That don't mean he won't do it.
He won't, but he'll do it to everybody. But I need for everybody to stop calling that a dunk. If it's not a dunk, if he don't grab the rim or at least touch it, it's not a dunk. Like, okay, and here's my proof, right? Here's my evidence to lay it out, right?
Yeah.
So if you're in high school, right, and you're in the layup line, right? If you get a technical if you dunk the ball, right? Mm-hmm. If you go up to it, even over top of it, everything, but don't touch the rim, they won't give you a tech, right? Because you didn't technically dunk it. Because that's not a dunk if you don't grab the rim.
I mean, I agree. I agree with
you.
I agree
so
with you.
Stop calling.
But at the end of the day, man,
it's not a dunk.
It looked like a dunk
it's
to me.
Not he said if it walk like a dunk, small like a dunk.
It's a dunk. It's a Dunkin' Donuts. It's a coffee. It's that. But I ain't gonna lie to you. It didn't count. So it didn't matter. But I want to see that's gonna happen again. We gonna see that probably 3-4 times before it's all over.
Oh, of course, because he goes after everybody for the rest of his career.
The playoffs gonna be crazy.
All right, here's my next thing, and then we'll get on out of here. So we was watching the LeBron James play the other night with the Lakers,
man.
And he had that crazy, almost rock the cradle reverse.
Right to the left.
Oh my God, he was in here going crazy. I wish y'all could listen. He was so hyped up. But
I ain't gonna lie, man. Bro.
Are we coming to the end?
I mean, we looking at the end of an era for all superstars. I mean, technically, LeBron's time should have been a long time ago, but his longevity is something to be studied.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, like,
And
Steph Curry, they all about to be gone.
But that's why I'm even asking, because
Shoot.
we've not even thought about asking these questions about LeBron James until 20 years in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, usually it's 12.
How many years you think? How many years do you think that it'll be before we won't see an NBA game with LeBron James in it? Hey. Hey, yeah, exactly.
It'll be a while. I mean, I think
Will
he'll
it?
play another season.
Oh, he's gonna play another season. But is that it? Is
Honestly,
that the end? we
okay.
talking 2, we talking 5.
Honestly, I hope we only see one more.
Is he gonna wait for Bryce? Cause
I hope we.
Speaking of the hoops, man.
Yeah.
Look, I ain't gonna take out everything, but I'm speaking of LeBron, because I'm a LeBron James
Yeah.
fan. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, LeBron James. Look, check this out. So look, Bryce.
Yeah.
Bryce got the Hoops Hall MVP, averaged 36, 9, and 7. This past weekend went crazy. I mean, boy went crazy. So maybe LeBron might try to wait and play with him both. You know what I mean?
I mean,
We'll
I can
see.
see that. I mean, and that would be fairly. I mean, that would be dope.
I just want to see the ring, bro. I know that's all anybody care about. I mean, all this is fun and all, but at the end of the day, I will say that jaw stuff. You know, that wasn't a dunk. That was like one of them Blake Griffin
It was on a Blake
highlight
different
plays.
layup.
Respect, though.
I would like to see LeBron James play maybe one more year and call it quits, so we don't have to get into that whole, oh my gosh, we're watching him like not be good. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't want to see that. I've seen so many different.
Do you know his current statistics
are insane, but how many more
It's
years?
the lowest of his career ever.
Really?
It's the lowest of his career ever. And
I thought there was a little bit different than that.
it's the lowest. You know how much he averaging? 23.4. Now, after
Well, that's
last
still
game,
crazy though.
Exactly. So you think after this year, what player you ever heard of?
And 20 years. But what I'm saying is, I'm not here to. I couldn't watch a LeBron James 15-point score a night. Do you want to see that? Even at 15 is still a decent amount, but that's not LeBron James.
No, I don't want to see that.
I want it to go in. I want it to end on a high note, right off into the sky. Championship or not, we're good. I think
championship or bust.
All right, let's.
He's
Hey,
playing until he's 40.
my man
He gotta
Anthony,
get a
I
ring.
appreciate you for stopping by the 423 Hoops. As always, this is what we do on as family over here. You know what we do.
Yeah.
But let's get on out of here. Before we do, I'm gonna of course we got some more of
appreciate you,
local
Smooth
music. Of course, yeah. Hey, Smooth Out Radio.
Hey, shout out to Smooth Out Radio,
Yeah,
best
it
in the
is.
business, up and coming in the 423 Tri-Cities area. If you don't know, now you know. This is 423
If you
Hoops.
don't know, now
we
you
doing
know.
big things over here.
You did. Hey, we got some big things with this man coming up. It's all a secret. We can't. Hey, listen, sometimes you got to play certain things close to the chest, but it is what it is.
Hey.
But we're gonna play some more local music. But
Hey,
right there,
shout out to
before
Ace
that,
Boogie. Let's get it.
yes indeed. But before that, we got a brief message from Vintage Ave.
Vintage Ave Boutique, 603 West Market Street, Johnson City, Tennessee. The only place you can get bait, B-loan, vintage, and sneakers.
Oh my god.
All in one place.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Smooth Out Radio Show. I am your host, Taylor Joe. As always, I'm here with Michael Haze, and we cooling it tonight. Yes, indeed. We got some big things coming, man. We got some big things coming up, but I don't want to even get into that. I don't want to, because we missed something. We missed something.
We did.
In the last segment. You know what we missed? We got our own party coming up.
Oh yeah.
We got our own party coming up. We got a whole masquerade party coming up. Ours is in February.
Yes.
But
Ours is in February.
we need to go ahead and let y'all know. So you can go ahead and start getting ready, getting your outfit ready.
get your mask.
Trying to get a date if you need to, because it's Valentine's Day. Well, it's not Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It's February 15th.
I was gonna say it's the 15th. It ain't Valentine's Day. Don't be
Whatever you
confusing.
heard in the last episode, scratch that. It's February 15th,
15th,
at
yep.
the Crazy Chicken Lounge, okay? Masquerade party, we gonna be in there, okay? I'm gonna get me a little tuxedo.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
They said he gonna look
A
fly.
Count Dracula. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm playing. Anyway, let's we'll move on past that. But let's for real. Let's talk some real news, right? So TikTok is Is it coming? Is it going? Is it here to stay? Is this the end and we're just delaying it? Because apparently it was gone. 'Cause, I mean, I checked. We posted.
Yeah, we posted.
It was
both
gone.
of them.
And then 14 hours later.
Yep, 14 hours exactly. It was back.
So what are your thoughts, Michael Haze? Tell me something good.
I don't know. So, like, I feel like with this whole situation with TikTok, it was just, there's a lot of stuff to it. There's a lot of background to it. But I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like if we looked at it through the lens that they understood that TikTok really isn't a problem. It's not. It's not that big of a deal. They were saying that it was espionage, and I don't know. It's just people with communities and doing their own thing, and I just don't see the reasons.
I mean, I understand that. I mean, they did get into like a deep government, a
government.
They're pushing propaganda
Exactly.
with different things like that, and people are susceptible to stuff like that because, again,
They are.
I mean,
yeah.
not to even step on the toes of people that are making money, on TikTok, or that have found their people, found a way of life with
Exactly.
it. But
communities and
a
outreach,
lot of it, not all of it, is good. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it is kind of inappropriate. Some of it's ridiculous because, I mean, you can and people get stuck. Like,
Yeah.
I get stuck. I've gotten stuck. I've had to break myself away from things like TikTok, especially. You can just, I mean, it's unlimited.
It's a doom
unlimited.
scrolling app.
Yeah.
And that's what they do say, that there is a scientific, or not even scientific, but a psychological connection to the dopamine as well as the doom scrolling and the repetition of what you're given.
Yeah.
And that is definitely something I feel like that is concernable.
Yeah.
Especially in youth.
Yeah. 'Cause they're watching people make pancakes for 3 hours.
Yeah, like my son, I love him to death, but he loves TikTok. He
Yeah.
loves it. And he's 12. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you try to take that away from him, he kind of starts acting a little different. So I get that. So it's definitely
I send mine outside.
He said, I send him outside.
Play with me if you want to.
No. But,
No.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think that it's definitely questionable what even caused all this. A lot of this that we don't know. A lot of people say they do know.
Yeah.
And a lot of conspiracies are
So
going around. So
Do you think, like, what do you think it's gonna mean for like the short form content, especially like if it's still up in the air? Because
Yeah.
again, this is just like
it's a temporary
halt.
Band-Aid.
It's a
Yeah,
halt
it's a Band-Aid.
on the ban. The
Yep.
ban is still supposed to be happening, right?
Exactly. As
So
far
this
as
is-
they said right now,
So
we've got a Band-Aid.
what is that
on
going to
it.
mean
Yeah.
for short form content creators? Is it going to mean that they're just going to have to make something new, or I had a conversation with a friend of mine earlier on the phone.
Okay.
And it was like, if that's gone, is it going to make people like actually have to bring actual talent to the stage again? Because you got a lot of people that, I hate to say it, just went and stood in front of a camera and did a dance, not even a good dance, and then whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, now giving dancers, the dancers that get on there and do stuff like that, that's different. But then
Okay.
you have just like normal people that are huge, like got so much notoriety, so to speak, because they did something weird in front of a camera.
Well, I'll say this: that's going to happen on every app,
Yeah,
right? It's
of
not
course.
just TikTok appropriate or
I
this
get
or
it.
that. So I think with the short form content, to touch base on what you started with there,
Yeah.
the short form content, especially for musicians, I think that they're going to adapt.
Yeah. course.
If it does happen, if this 90-day Band-Aid doesn't work out and they do officially ban TikTok, I do believe that musicians are going to, now that they know that this is real and this is happening, they're going to have backups. They're going to have, other platforms they're looking for, something else, just in case that it's going to happen. But I don't know about if that's going to change the talent level of if we're going to see anything change there.
So part of the conversation that I was having was a lot of these guys and a lot of these artists now don't necessarily have like the people skills or interpersonal skills or marketing skills that they used to, because nowadays all you really have to do is just upload a clip here and there. And then do that. And then if kind of that short form wave or just that whole thing kind of goes away, are they going to have to start meeting people in
Like
person
marketing it
again?
and
Like,
stuff?
are they going to have to start talking to people again in real life? Like, because
I feel like it could go that way.
Yeah.
It could.
and some of them are good.
And it's kind of a wish-washy thing there, because in my opinion, There's no such thing as bad. And there is and there isn't. I get it. Maybe I don't like it, but you like it, or maybe you like it and I don't.
Yeah.
So like, there's opinion of that.
Everybody has different tastes.
But I do think, like what you were saying, it could definitely open up for people to be more personable.
Yeah.
Maybe get out there.
And I think that's
maybe
good
to
for
engage
music.
more.
I think that's better for music.
And yeah, I think honestly, when I was being able to do that, when I'm able to engage with other people, I do find it's more impactful for me personally, as well as just to push the music that I'm giving and selling it almost to them.
Yeah.
And in a short form content, it's easy to just sell.
Yeah.
It is for some people.
Yeah.
But it depends on what you're working with.
If you're selling at home, you gotta connect.
You gotta
so
connect,
if that makes us connect more at home, and that kind of grows the crowd more here at home, and grows our fan base here more at home.
Okay.
Because that's how that's how we've been on this whole kick about building up this area.
Exactly.
So we've got to get these people here listening to us. That way we can get them streaming our music here, and that way we don't have to pay for these bots and different things where we don't know.
Yeah, you don't want to pay,
We don't
especially for that. Yeah, I mean,
So-
that's a different subject we'll touch on eventually.
Absolutely.
But I agree with you there for sure.
All right, so let's keep it moving because hold on, I got something. You know what that means now?
I don't know what that means. No, I'm just kidding.
That means your boy got a main Cookup drop for you now.
I don't know who this is.
Your boy now.
He's got multiple personalities.
Sometimes I just like to talk in different accents.
Oh no.
My personalities come out. They sound
Everyone, when you meet this man,
they
never
sound
encourage
somewhat
this.
like split, but we won't get into that right now.
Gosh.
Sometimes I get stuck in these accents and I can't turn them off. I went from Jamaican to a Cockney accent, but it is what it. I'm sorry. I'm playing with y'all. So
Tell
we
him
got
to
a.
stop.
Never. So we got a Cookup drop with none other than Ace Boogie. So
Yes,
Ace Boogie is
yes.
kind of new to me. So
Okay.
if y'all were paying attention, I did an article on the Kemp Finito fight on the first.
Yes, you did.
And in the picture or the cover of the article is actually him with kind of
was gonna
having like
say,
a dope moment with Ace. So
Okay,
he
yeah.
kind of put me onto his music. So.
Okay.
Ace had, he like we said earlier, he dropped a new project,
Awesome.
Perseverance.
I did see that.
And we got the first single off that bad boy.
Ooh.
Okay. So the first
Talk
single.
about exclusives.
Okay, so we got the first single is actually entitled Gladiator,
Okay.
right? So and we were just kind of listening just a little bit ago, and
It was good.
he,
I like it.
as far as when we've been talking about creating a sound for the try, right? I think he's kind of got something. You know what I'm saying? He kind of
He's cooking with something.
he
for sure.
he draws in that southern. He has that southern just flow to him.
Yeah.
I think I was kind of hearing like some 2 Chainz.
Yeah, you were saying some 2 Chainz, and then I also kind of interjected in a little bit and said where he gets a little bit speed with it, a little bit of this technical almost in some ways. He also got that like kind of Ace Hood.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
Ace
yeah.
Hood would
I was impressed.
would do that, and then he would come back and smooth it out. So
I was
yeah,
impressed.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, no, I mean, in the song, and he's laughing in some of the bars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you can tell he's
feeling it.
comfortable.
He's having a good time.
Yeah, he's doing what you're
Yeah.
supposed to do. Like you got to be
He's
comfortable.
he's in a studio. He's in his element, and he's just having a good time.
You've got to be comfortable in your element in order to do
Mm-hmm.
this. So, hey, shout out my man Ace Boogie. So y'all
Yes.
here we go. We got the first Cookup drop of the night. It is Ace Boogie with Gladiator.
Welcome back to the Smooth Out Radio Show on Smooth Out Radio. I am Michael Haze, and to my left is Taylor Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
You
we
dig?
go.
If y'all don't know, I messed it up a couple times. I'm not perfect.
He didn't mess it up.
It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't.
That was good stuff. All right, here we go. What's going on? What's going on with you, Mr. Michael? What's going on with you?
Hey, we're just chilling out here. So while we're back, let's go ahead and talk about this Drake lawsuit, bro. You brought this up earlier, so let's go ahead and get into that.
Ay.
Aye. This boy crazy for real.
So, I mean, apparently it's just, back in full effect. Like, but
It is?
it's going much deeper. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I had seen something on 50 Cent had put out. He was done an interview.
Yeah. The list.
No, not the list.
Oh, that list was
Not
fun.
not the
Okay,
list.
He did something else? Okay.
Oh yeah, no, he was just kind of talking like how he's gone. How he had taken up for LeBron and all these other things, and like everything that he's mentioning in this lawsuit, because I saw even Casanat was mentioned in it. Like,
Yeah,
so
I've seen a lot.
50 Cent was like, everything that's happened that he's put in the lawsuit really happened.
Okay.
It's just, it's business.
Okay.
They're just putting out music. They can't, like, you can't say anything other than, that's going to be what their defense is. Like, hey, we're just putting out music.
I agree.
But hearing about him having to take, and if that's true, he had to take his kid out of school, all this, because, things like that are terrible. You know what I'm saying?
That is bad to hear.
But I have never, in the history of rap beef, like on a grand scale, heard of a lawsuit. Usually,
Not even just that, but just what he's doing. Like, this is definitely different. Like, for what we're doing, it's wild.
We had talked about this earlier, and I thought maybe he was trying to, like, come from a different angle and maybe get his master's or do something like that. But, like, it just kind of seems, the more we go about it, it really just seems like his feelings are really, really hurt. Which, I mean, I get it.
Nobody wants to take an L.
Nobody's,
especially not at that.
Not even
degree
that,
either.
but no, everybody that came at him almost came from him.
Yeah, so it almost is kind of like a under yourself kind of thing. Like you brought these people in, you showed them, you gave them the exposure, you gave them the Drake feature, as they say, or what is it, the Drake stimulus pack is what a lot of people will call it, where he'll get on your song, he'll boost you up, and from there it's whatever you got to do. I guess I get that, because a lot of the people that did talk about him were people who did ride off of a Drake wave. Rick Ross, you've got ASAP Rocky, you've got all these different artists who
over
did ride
here
off
on
of it.
this coast. We heard of Kendrick Lamar because of Drake.
Yeah, because he had what was the song with it? It was something on
Something alive.
Oh, God.
I hate that song.
But he was on the Drake album.
Yeah.
And
so, like,
he came from that first, and then he toured with Drake.
Exactly. So
so Drake took him on his first national tour. It's definitely an interesting.
To me, it's going to be more about, like, what are the figures that he's trying to get? What's he trying to get out of all this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
what I had heard is that he apparently was in the works of getting another basically contract written out, and his value that he had said was around $1 billion. And basically,
he wants a buyout or what?
I don't. There wasn't a lot to it, but he basically had stated that his artistry, himself, is worth at least $1 billion. And basically, this whole thing that happened, with Kendrick and this whole back to back, and then the GNX came out and all this stuff. He pushed his album back because of GNX.
Yeah,
he did all this, and now all of it's kind of lowering him every day, every month. And like his Spotify listeners, he also now has less Spotify listeners. This is stuff people pay attention to. I don't think that's enough for me personally.
Drake.
But like his Spotify listeners went under K. Dot now. He's just got a lot of things going down. And that basically, they seen it as like his return of value was not the same. And I don't believe that. If he puts an album out, it's going to go. It's going. I don't know.
That's why this is so weird.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
why isn't there an album yet?
Just do an album and let the album speak for itself. You're Drake. Mm-hmm. That's why everybody came for you.
Yeah, and
because you're Drake.
If you have the Party Next Door album and you're sitting on that, dude, just put it out. Man. I don't. People been wanting that.
I was a big Drake fan, especially way back in the day with the first couple albums. I did kind of stop, but to me, when you are that as big as who he is, to me, you just hit him back.
Yeah,
you're Drake. You're Drake.
He could have.
Like, there's no other. I can't even say anything other than you're Drake.
Yeah, he's thrown a couple.
Just
he's thrown
do
a
it.
couple little
Just
shots
do the thing
here and there. Like
just do the thing.
He was on the live chats with a couple different people. He's thrown shots at K. Dot, and it's happened. And
don't throw shots at him. Just do the thing. Do the thing.
He didn't come back with music. That's the thing that people are talking about. Like
that's
he
what
didn't do it.
That's what I think that's like a whole thing in black mamas used to do. Like, hey, do the thing when they want to be entertained. Hey, do the thing. That's what they used to do. That's what our mom used to do to us. Like, hey, come here. What's your name? Do the thing.
Do that thing. Yeah.
Do the thing. All right, let's move on. Hold up. Whoop, whoop. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh. Ruh-oh. You know what that means now.
Oh my
For
gosh, not again.
For one, that means we're coming to the end of the show. But for two, that means we got another Cookup drop. Sorry, you see how easily I just transition in.
Y'all come get this man.
I might need serious help. I don't know.
He needs something.
All right. Anyway, so we got another Cookup drop this evening
We do. We got one last.
by none other than the Krowne.
The Krowne.
The Krowne. Okay, so
Is that how we're gonna announce him now? The Krowne.
the Krowne. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that
boom.
might be your new intro, boy. The Krowne.
The Krowne. Now,
Yeah.
listen, he's going into the accents. I'm trying to tell you, it works now.
Yeah,
Now, but
maybe
listen,
it
so
would.
the man has been working with everybody.
Yep.
Like I don't hate to say it, but as far as some of the producers right now, he's definitely up there at the top of the list. Like, there are other everybody's.
He showed us some pressure. I mean, folders.
No disrespect to anybody else out there, but he is he's doing his things, especially where he's working with all of these. It's more or less his era. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of has a leg up, but there's a difference when you have a leg up and you also do something with it. So you know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, there's still lots of different producers in the area, but the Krowne is he's getting up there, man. Like, if you haven't worked with the Krowne, like,
work on it, do it.
Are you really taking a lot of your music serious? If you haven't
He's
really
good,
worked with,
yeah.
if you haven't worked with the Krowne, if you haven't really worked with Menace, if you haven't worked with G4, there's a couple of others.
There's so many.
If you haven't gone over to the Echo Lab, if you haven't gone to,
if you haven't worked with Matt Smiles,
Matt
he's
Smiles,
amazing.
there's another place out in Virginia. I can't think of Star Quality. Star Quality.
Yep.
If you haven't gone to these places,
There's places.
are you really taking it serious? So anyway, back to Krowne. The man has crazy beats. Trust me, I went over there and I did. I teased a little bit of it. I teased a little bit of it on Facebook or whatever. Go check that out. But the man has beats for days. You know what I'm saying? But he's got a little skill to him. You know what I'm saying? So he does run around in that same clique that OT is. And they make a lot of that party music.
Yeah, they get you pumped up for sure.
They definitely make a lot of party music. So you're definitely gonna get because the album just dropped. And it's Up All Night, I believe is what it's called. So
it's a good album.
Definitely. And I mean, again, if you want to, if you're live for a night, you know what I'm saying? You got a little something going on for the night, turn that bad boy on. You won't be disappointed. You know what I'm saying? So let's get right into his next song, because the next song that we've got, it is called Passport. Okay, so it is off the album Up All Night by Krowne, but we was checking it out, and again,
this one stood out for us for sure.
It's that up tempo, let's get the party started. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you turn this on, you ready to party.
And here, if you out there about to go do a set, this would be. I wouldn't be upset if this was number one. If you came out to perform, you know what I'm saying? You came out with that energy, because this song has the energy. It's got that feel to it. But let's get it right into it. Again, thank y'all for watching the Smooth Out Radio Show. I'm Taylor Joel. This is my man, Michael Hayes.
Yes,
Hope
sir.
y'all have had a wonderful night. We're going to leave y'all with this Cookup drop by the Krowne with Passport.
It's the Cookup, yup, yup, the Cookup. 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 What you cooking up?